What's up, Gator Nation? This is Neil Schulman. Football season's right around the corner. But before we can get to the football action on the field, we got to talk recruiting because recruiting is, as most of us know, it is the football action that goes on year round, and there are no days off. And Florida just hosted their annual Friday Night Lights camp last month. I know we're a little late on this. Apologize for that, but it was worth the wait because I've got an expert here to talk about it with me, and that is Florida QB commit Jake Allen. What's going on, Jake?
How's it going? Yeah, everything's good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I can't complain. How's summer going for you?
Yeah, it's going really well. We just started camp up last Monday, so we're just working out and practicing every day. So we're looking good as a team.
Sounds good, man. I can't wait to watch you light it up on the field. You had a pretty good year last year. I know you're looking to build on that. Before we get into the recruiting aspect of the Florida Gators, let's talk a little bit about you. What are you expecting and hoping to accomplish this year?
Overall, I just want to win it. I want to repeat and win another state championship, but we also want to win a national championship. So just, taking every game, one game at a time, and just, practicing every day, practicing hard, getting ready, and, preparing. So, the overall goal is winning a national championship.
Sounds like a good mentality to have. So let's go talk about recruiting. You were at Friday Night Lights a year ago, so it wasn't really anything brand new to you. So what were you feeling or thinking as you're driving up from Fort Lauderdale to participate in the second time?
Yeah, I was just looking forward to slinging the ball around a little bit and just talking to coaches and talking to some of the guys, help recruit a little bit. But just get up and see campus again, just hang out. Nothing real crazy.
So did you have any tangible expectations or hopes for the weekend, both in terms of your play and the Gators recruiting class, or were you just going to see how it went and hoping things went well in the end?
Right, there was a couple guys, I had a feeling, and I kind of knew that we're going to commit and pop. But, I want to go out there and, throw the ball at the quarterback camp a little bit, make sure I was focused for that. And I knew a couple guys, once again, were going to commit. So, but also, I was after a couple guys. But overall, I thought it was, definitely a successful weekend.
So, as you just alluded to, you had a weekend that lasted a bit longer than that of most other recruits because you got there a day early. So, can you just talk about that first day and what it was like for you?
Yeah, that first day I got up, I was with my girlfriend, and I brought up my car. We watched, some of the quarterbacks throw around in the indoor facility and just hung out a little bit. And then we went to dinner with Joey Ivy, and but nothing crazy. That day we were just hanging out, just looking. I wanted to show it around a little bit. So we just looked at campus, went to eat, and then we went back to the hotel. But the next day was when I actually camped. I worked out the whole day, which was fun. I didn't expect to do that, but I went out there and I wanted to throw a little bit, so I ended up throwing.
So you kind of just stole the thunder from my next question, but anyway, So you spent Thursday night in Gainesville. You woke up Friday, as you just said. So the camp doesn't start until later that night, though, and I can't believe that you would just spend 9 hours working out. So what else did you do that day?
So I woke up, and the quarterbacks had like a morning film, and like they went over, they had these stations with different things, and but they weren't actually throwing. So I went out to eat with my family, and I met them at the indoor after they were done with all those stations, and then we threw for a couple of hours, I think till like five-ish, and I threw that whole time, and then I went over to Blaze Pizza, but then I went back to the stadium, and we threw around the ball a little bit in the swamp, but nothing crazy, just hung out, and not too stressful, just wanted to go out and just hang out, throw the ball a little bit.
Quick detour question before we get back to the rest of the Friday Night Lights talk. You mentioned the indoor facility. It is just absolutely beautiful from all pictures or photos or videos that are taken from it. How much of a recruiting tool do you think that has turned out to be?
Yeah, I think that's huge. If you go to some of these schools like Alabama and I believe Ohio State has one, I've not been there, but you kind of see that, and you expect a school to have one. And say you go to Florida and Florida doesn't have one, and okay, well, their facilities aren't great. I could look somewhere else, but they have. I think that's a huge tool. It's just beautiful. If it's ever raining and you want to go throw some rounds, you just hop in the indoor. And, in the off season, just work out. And I know they have like the fingerprint thing, so I can go in it, anytime I want to go work out, which is definitely a plus. And I know that's definitely a plus for recruits. So overall, yeah, it's definitely a plus to have.
All right, so back to Friday Night Lights. It's getting late on Friday afternoon. People starting to arrive. Just about time to get out there and do your thing. I know you have a pregame routine for games at St. Thomas Aquinas, but Friday Night Lights camp is a little different. So can you talk about how you prepared for it and how it was similar or different to your pregame routine for high school football games?
I mean, there was nothing crazy to prepare. It's just throwing one-on-ones and, throwing little routes on air before. So it's nothing crazy. I was just hanging out in the stands with my family before everyone came. So, it really was no, pregame type of thing because, it isn't, playing on Friday. It's not the same. But, it's just like every other day when I go out and throw, I make sure I'm prepared and make sure I'm ready to go. But, there's no specific things I do.
Okay, so you've been committed to Florida for about a year now. As you mentioned, you were at this camp last year, too. Essentially, you've already accomplished one of the things most of the kids at this camp are here to do, and that is impress Florida coaches by playing well against other top competition. So, having already done that, how important was it for you to perform well again this year?
Yeah, the coaches know what they have in me, so it wasn't like I was going to go out there and, either impress or not impress because they know what they have in me and they're really confident what they have in me. So it wasn't like they were evaluating me, but it was more to just see how I reacted with the recruits, how I handled myself, and just how I just handle myself that day. Because the coaches, once again, they go through this whole process of they know everything about me and they know they know what kind of person I am. So the evaluating process is over. Coach Nuss was telling me, I'm done recruiting you. I'm going to tell you how it is. So it was good to. I'm not so much a recruit to them anymore, which is definitely good. But I was just want to go out and have a good time and throw the ball around with some good receivers and get some good TVs.
So a bit of a follow-up question to that. You mentioned that Coach Nussmeier said to you that you've been recruited, you've been a commit for a year. We don't really think of you as a recruit anymore. So can you talk a little bit about the sort of de-recruitment process and what that's been like?
Yeah, it's just he's not, he's just real. I know recruiting is, they have to put on a sort of act, and, that's all recruiting. It goes on everywhere, and it's better if you just go in and Coach can just give me crap. He'll make fun of me. Like I walked up to the indoor, and Coach Rump was making fun of, I forget what he said, but, they just have fun with you, and it's more comfortable, and it's not so much, shake their hand, look them right in the eye, and just, ask them how they're doing. It's deeper than that, and it feels more like a family when I'm there, and it's not so much being recruited anymore because I'm already committed, so I'm basically a part of it, but it's just different, it's just more family, and it's just more comfortable overall.
Okay, so one more follow-up question to that. A year ago, Florida had a cornerback commit named Aaron Robinson who said that he flipped to Alabama on signing day because Florida coaches didn't really seem to make it seem like they really wanted him, that they didn't call him, they didn't seem to really care about him anymore. Can you just talk about why you think that the Florida coaches are always going to care about you and how they've proven that to you?
I think they've shown enough. I'm their guy. And, they don't have to call me every day for me to stay recruited. I already know what I got there, and they know that I know that. So they have no pressure on their end. They know they got me, and they know they don't have anything to worry about. But I guess for some different recruits, you could be a little bit insecure, and you might need that. You may need that reassurance every time you wake up, which maybe some recruits need, and not so much a bad thing, but they need that. And maybe the Florida staff could have cooled off on them a little bit. You never know that. That's a different side of recruiting that knows its fans and just really don't see because it goes on behind the scenes, so no one really knows. But I don't know personally what happens, but some people may need that reassurance. But for me, I don't. I already know what I got.
Fair enough. All right, time to talk about the actual camp. Talk a little bit about how it was structured and how it differs from the other camps you've gone to.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much the same as any. It's like an NFTC, the opening camp. You go out, you warm up a little bit, and you throw some routes on air. You do the little quarterback drills, and then we went on to one-on-ones. And there were just so many people on that field, so it was a little crazy, a little hectic, but it wasn't too crazy. It was I threw a couple balls, but it was fun.
Okay, so what exactly is your favorite football part of the camp? And essentially, what I'm asking is, what was your favorite drill and why?
One-on-ones, just because you're competing. You're competing against the defense, which I think is definitely the most fun. And it's not easy. You're not throwing on air. You got someone covering you. You got to read it out a little bit. So that's definitely the most fun for me. Is just competing.
Similar question, except instead of asking what your favorite part was, what do you think was? And I'm talking from both your perspective, from the coach's perspective, and from the other recruit's perspective. What do you think the best part about Friday Night Lights is?
Just going in the swamp at night. There's no other atmosphere like it. Practicing and throwing the ball a little bit in the swamp under the lights is definitely something special. That's definitely the catch to that whole camp. Is you can't get that anywhere else. You can't go to FA. You can get that. You're at the University of Florida and you're in the swamp. Under the lights. So that's definitely the most fun.
So overall, how do you think you performed?
Oh, really well. Yeah, no, I thought I threw the ball really well. Not many mistakes. Just went out and no pressure. Just went out and threw the ball around a little bit, and I thought I threw the ball pretty well.
Sounds good. Nice confidence there. Anyway, you are one of the most highly touted quarterbacks in the nation. A lot of impressive attributes. We've been through them before. We've seen your tape. We've discussed it, and I think when you originally committed, we went through them all. But no one is perfect, and I'm sure that everyone found something, whether big or small, that they have to work on from this camp. And in your case, what do you think the camp showed you that you have to work on?
One thing Coach Nuss was talking to me about was getting more depth on my drops. So focusing, stressing more anticipation throughout my drops. So that's basically what Coach Nuss was getting me on. So, when I'm taking a 3-step and 5-step drop, making sure I'm getting my proper depth. And sometimes I'm shortening it up a little bit, and I'm a couple yards short. So what I took out of that was I gotta get deeper on my drops.
Sort of a follow-up question to that. When you get coaching from the Florida coaches, whether that's Nuss or Coach Mack, how exactly does it differ from the coaching you get from Roger Harriet and his assistants at St. Thomas Aquinas?
Right, no, it's pretty much the same. I'm pretty much hearing it all because Coach Harriet and my coaching staff really know what they're talking about. They're a proven staff, and it's basically like I'm at a D1 college right now. So the coaching level is really, really, really good. So I'm hearing pretty much the same thing back at St. Thomas and at the University of Florida. So nothing really new I'm hearing. I have a quarterback coach that I go see regularly, and I'm always trying to improve, and I know what I got to work on.
So throughout the night, you've had, I'm sure, dozens of interactions with different coaches and players. What was your most meaningful interaction of the night?
The most fun I thought was seeing my quarterback coach there, Eric Kresser. He was actually coaching the camp too. So just I've been up there, but I haven't really been up there with him. So, and I've worked with him since the 6th grade, and he's made me who I am. So it was definitely a lot of fun to see him and throw in front of him in the swamp that he played in, and it was definitely a special feeling. Talking to him just a little bit in the swamp on the legs.
So I know you were focused mostly on yourself and how you performed as you should be as the quarterback. You want to be able to lead by example. But from what you could see, who else at any other position looked good to you?
Well, off the bat, I'm thinking Jerry Judy. He made some very special things, and Alabama was getting a really good player. So it's an unfortunate loss, for us. But there were a ton of athletes, and Jerry definitely stood out to me. I have my receiver Mike Harley went out there and balled out, and he showed himself in front of the staff. The staff loves him. They're just trying to figure out what they're going to do. So overall, those are my two guys that really stood out. And Kamari Gamble. Kamari looked really good before the commit. I'm not just saying that, but he looked really, really good and smooth and really nice hands. So I've never actually thrown with him, so it was good to get out there. Those three definitely stood out to me.